Okay. So I decided, and my video is just bear with me. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's probably karma for talking so much crap about Kayla Gilbert's internet. But I really wanted to just kind of have a place where we could all come together, and just talk, just kind of do a recap for the week, have a place where I can kind of give you guys some updated announcements and different things, to keep you guys informed, connected, and just know that, you are a part of, I know it's like I can't even move because then it does that, so I'm just going to sit as still as possible. So yeah, so I just wanted to create this environment so everybody could know, that you're a part of something, you're a big part of something. We're going to be an Ambassador Diamond team. And so it's going to be so freaking awesome, like, to just see how much this Zoom keeps growing each week, and to see how many new people we have on it each week, but also just to kind of keep you guys updated. Well, I'm just going to mute everybody. Okay. So, the first thing I want to touch on is just making sure you guys are aware of the power hours and just explaining to you what a power hour is. Because yeah.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
Can you introduce who you are? Because there's some new people and I don't know that they know who you are. Like, I'm like Kelsey all the time, but I'm not sure that they have had like a formal, hey, I'm Kelsey, this is me. Like, just a little bit about who you are and what your rank is and what.
Yeah. So I'm Kelsey Thornton. I have been in the business. I will be 3 years in April, so a little over 2.5 years. And so I joined just for an extra $500 a month. I just wanted to pay for my hair and nails to get done. I didn't want anything more than that. I just simply wanted to not have anybody complain to me about where that money was going, because that's expensive. And we had a 5-month-old daughter at the time. She's now 3 years old, and I didn't really know what this was. I actually thought network marketing was for people who were desperate and they couldn't find jobs. And I was like, I'm probably too good for that. I have my master's, and I really wasn't too good because I was making like $14 an hour or something really ridiculous. Because part of my story is that my husband is a college basketball coach, and so we move around a lot. And wherever we would move, I would kind of start over as the new girl at the bottom of the totem pole and have to work my way up. And so I didn't know that the average millionaire had 7 sources of income. And we were just talking one day, my husband and I we were driving to this really nice part of Indianapolis. And I was like, who lives in these houses? Like, there's no way all these people are working corporate 9-to-5 jobs. Like, what are these people doing? I just want to go knock on their doors and figure it out. And so when we did that, or when we didn't do that. That would have been really funny if we did that. But when we were talking about it, he was saying, like, I just feel like everybody has a side hustle. And I was like, oh my gosh, me too. And I was thinking about stuff that I could do, which is funny because I didn't really have time to do anything else. But I thought of Erin Tweed, who I enrolled with, and I was like, what is she doing? Like, I just kept seeing her posts and how she was making all these bonuses. And I talked to Kyle, her husband, because I had known him briefly from college, and I reached out and just talked to her. And then I just hopped in the business. About 4 months in, I went diamond. I earned a $10,000 bonus for going diamond. And that's probably when I realized, like, wow, like, this can actually be something substantial. At first, I am just kind of like a competitive person, and I just wanted to see how far I could go with it. I tried the wrap. I lost 1.5 inches the first time I did it. My husband lost 2.5 inches, and I was like, babe, we're about to get rich. Like, this is about to happen. And he was like, well, really, how far do you think you could go? Like, after our first team meeting, I think I was a Ruby at that point. I was like, I'm going ambassador. He was like, no, but really? And I was like, wait, no, but like, really? And he was just like, okay, go for it. Like, because when I joined, he was kind of like, just make our $99 back. And I was like, okay. Thanks for believing me, whatever. But I just saw the vision. Like, when I went to my first team meeting, I saw the vision, and I was like, if these people can do it, why can't I? If that person is making that amount of money, then why can't I? And so I really just thought about it and just decided to go for it. And I think really that just all it boils down to is a decision that your dreams are bigger than your fears. Because you're always going to be faced with those fears, and courage, like, you've heard this quote probably thousands of times, but just having the courage to do it, it doesn't mean that you don't have that fear when you do it. It just means that you're acting in spite of that fear. Like that your vision or your dream or whatever you want to call it is way bigger than, you know, what your fears are. And so I just decided to go for it. I earned that $10,000 bonus. And then as of now, we've earned $172,000 just in bonuses. Me and my husband are both triple diamond, soon to be presidential. And it's just been awesome. Like I've literally met some of my best friends and just become like a way better person than I used to be. I have so much more confidence in myself. And I just found what I'm passionate about. And I think that that's like the biggest thing that, you know, some people don't have is they don't even know what they want to do, you know? It's like when somebody asked me the other day, like, what do you want to do? Like, you know, it's like, what do you want to do when you grow up? And a lot of people still don't even know those answers and they're, you know, 60 years old. And so this business has helped me to find that. So that's a little bit about our story. I love this business and I really feel like all of you and all of us together can really make an impact on the world, like not just in our own lives, but on the world. And what we are bringing to the table, not just with this business, but with the type of people that, you know, we are, not we become. Because this business, I mean, this is so much bigger than just the business. You know, it's not just about the business. It's about how many people's lives we can actually change. So I'm a huge believer in that. And feel free to ask me any questions too. I really want to make this interactive. Okay. So this is our first one. So it's going to be kind of short introduction to like what this is, these weekly Zooms are going to be about. I really want it to be interactive. I want it to be a Q&A. And I want it to be like, okay, you know, what questions do you have? What things are you struggling with? You know, updates on WTF, all that stuff, just so I can help communicate that stuff to you. I know the team pages are active. Our team page is super active, but at the end of the day, like some people just don't have time to read it. And also it's just different when you hear people talk about it. So I wanted to have this different environment to do that. So first thing I want to touch on is power hours. Okay. So when I post a power hour for all you new people and even people who have been in for a while, the main thing I want you, hold on a second. The main thing I want you guys to know is that this is just a working hour. And you do not have to be in, like, you don't have to be following what that person is telling you to do. I'd simply do it for the accountability. Because I know that a lot of times it's hard to like just sit there for an hour and work. But if you're logging in, you can turn your video off. You're muted the whole time. Somebody's just giving you suggestions for what we're doing for that period of time. And let me see. For that period of time, they're just giving you suggestions and we're just working. So it's not a lot of talking. It's not like an informational training. All a power hour is people coming together and working all at the same time on suggested activities. Does that make sense to everybody? Sometimes I think people are like, what the heck is a power hour? Like, what am I doing? What do I need to do these, log into these for? And they're all optional. It's just a way to help hold you accountable. And if there are different times that you would like to see that aren't posted, we try to do some morning, some mid-afternoon, and some at night, then let us know and we can try to incorporate that into the new schedule for the next week or whatever, because we make those schedules weekly. And they're typically Monday through Friday. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is simply what it's going to take to promote. As far as, do you have a goal of promotion in mind? If not, you should. And what it's going to take to hit that promotion. Okay. And this is somebody, if you're a distributor right now, your goal needs to be executive. If you're an executive right now, your goal should be Ruby. You should always be working towards a goal. Okay. The reason I say that is because what are you working for if you don't have something that you're working to? It's kind of like when you have a GPS, right? It's not going to take you to where you need to go unless you know where you need to go. Like you don't, if you don't have a destination, you don't know how you're going to get there because you don't know where you're going. And so you should be working towards a goal. Always. And rank goals are super important when you're first starting because, you know, if you join this business to make an extra $500 a month, Ruby is the ultimate goal. But first, in order to hit Ruby, you have to hit executive. And so focus on executive first. And so looking at the chart, talking to your upline, figuring out what do I need to do in order to hit this, in order to hit that. and know that this is a new year. Okay. So whatever happened in 2017, learn from it and then move on. Okay. Learn from it and move on. My husband always says you either win or you learn. Somebody else says that too. I don't think you made that up, but yeah, I just always take quotes from him because I can just hear him talking to people. And so that is something that I want you guys to kind of take. You either win or you learn. Okay. There's no losing if you learn from it. And so just take it and then, learn how to be a better person or learn how to do it better and then move on. But don't hang in that space because we all need to be moving forward because this is a new year. It's an awesome time to just kind of reset yourself. So when you're going for executive, they have charts in your document library in eSuite. Print it out. Okay. You can't just think about, I'm going to go executive and type it out. No, it needs to be physically on a paper in front of you. Okay. It has to, there's no exceptions for this. And even if you have to draw it out, I literally remember I didn't have a printer at home and Aaron had asked me for my diamond chart. And I just literally drew 25 boxes or whatever and did it. So, draw it out too. Executive is 2 people and then figure out, okay, how am I going to get, how many distributors do I need? How much volume do I need? And so when I do the volume, I just run the report from where everybody was last month. And you can do that when you go to eSuite, reports, volume total by distributor, and then you click the month at the top and you can change it to that. So you're going to click that. You're going to see where everybody stood last month and then where you're going to need to update that. Okay. So check that out. Figure out if you don't have anybody on your team, for executive, you're going to need 2 people. Okay. And each of those people is going to need to have 400 in volume. Every person every product obviously has a, BV associated with it, which is just points associated with each product. That's pretty similar to the dollar amount. So think about that stuff, and really getting a game plan. Okay. So if let's say you need 2 people, get at least 4 people on the phone that week. Have that. And if you don't know how to get people on the phone, post that in the team page, ask those questions, talk about what that conversation would look like. As leaders, we can't read your minds. And so the communication is the number one thing for you to be successful. You can't just go and expect to read all these documents and figure it out. It's going to be important that you don't waste your time reading a document that might not be talking about what you need it to, or it might be outdated or whatever, when your upline could just send you a document that could help, or tag you in a document that could help, or a YouTube video or a training that's already talked about what you have in mind. Does that make sense to everybody? So you're not just kind of being repetitive. But the main thing I want you guys to know is that this business can work for you. Okay. There is no goal that's too small, and there's also no goal that's too big in this business. And that's the amazing thing. So if you feel like God has put it on your heart that you need, that diamond's just been on your heart. Okay, let's just say you're diamond has been on my heart. Then he gave you that dream. It didn't just randomly appear there. Okay, he gave that to you. And so what you have to do is you have to start working for that. And that is your part of it. Just because God puts a dream on your heart does not mean that he's going to just make it happen like some miracle. I think a lot of times, we confuse it of I want it. Okay, but what are you willing to do to get it? That's the next question you have to answer. And I want all of us, and leaders included in this, to really get back to what our reasons why are. Because our reasons are constantly evolving in this business of why we joined, why we want to succeed, why we want to be at that next level. And so I encourage you guys to all write down your 50 reasons why you joined. Okay, and get deep with yourself. Stop playing at this surface level because you don't want to know the true reason, because once you say it, or once you write it, or once you talk about it, guess what happens? It becomes real. And the reality of your situation that you've been trying to avoid also becomes real. And I know that because I've been there. Okay. I never wanted to admit that I was living paycheck to paycheck until I actually thought, dang, if I stop getting this paycheck for 2 months, I will be toast. I would have nothing. Okay. And so that's what paycheck to paycheck is. And so have a goal of what you want your savings to be. Cami Dempsey always says, people overestimate what they can do in a year, and they underestimate what they can do in 5 years. And that is so true in this business. And you can even put that on a smaller scale. People underestimate or overestimate what they can do in a month, and they underestimate what they can do in 5 months. Okay. In 5 months in this business, I was making a 4-figure paycheck, you guys. Like, you can do that too. I literally have no special talents. None at all. All I decided literally was that I decided. Somebody said the other day, like, the only difference between the people who do and don't are the people who do and don't, right? The people who actually do it. And we can have thousands of things that we're posting on the team page and thousands of tips that we talk about in these trainings. But at the end of the day, like Kayla posted today in her little thing, like, you just have to do it. Like, that is the decision that Steve Harvey says, the dream is free, y'all, but the hustle is sold separately. That has to come from within you. And so if you aren't working your business like you want to, figure out why. Why aren't you working your business like you want to work it? What is holding you back? If it's a time thing, figure out where you're spending your time. If it's a fear thing, figure out what it is that you're fearful of. Address those fears. Talk about what's the worst that can happen. Okay? Because I guarantee you it's not worse than looking back and being in the same position that you are right now next year at this time. That should be your biggest fear. That should light the fire under you. And you can be motivated in 2 ways. You can be motivated, number one, because you have something you're running towards. You can also be motivated by something that you're running from. Okay. And I have both of those every day. Like, I have stuff that I'm running towards, but I also know that I need to get my butt to work so I don't have to go back to work. Okay. And so there are multiple motivators. And so think about what those are for you, because that fear is not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you let it stop you from acting. Okay. If you do not put action in place, then fear is paralyzing you. If fear is actually what motivates all of us. The fear of going hungry, the fear of, not having the bills or the money to pay our bills. Those are all the things that are motivating us, right? That's what causes us to get freaking out of bed in the morning, of exercise, and we go to the gym because we fear we don't want to be fat, right? We have to go to diet because we don't, like, these are all fears. So stop thinking of fear as it being so negative, because it's not. It's actually a motivator. It's only negative when you allow it to stop you from working. When you allow it to stop you from living the life that you were created to live. And so at the end of the day, I want you guys all to know that you have all the support in the world. And I know that every single person that's literally on here right now is capable of doing amazing things. But at the end of the day, that has to be done by you. Those amazing things can't be done by anybody else but you. And if you're struggling with something, ask for help. That is literally the best way for you to get to the next level, is to follow the people who are at where you want to be. Stop taking advice from the people that aren't where you want to be. Like, if you're taking advice or you're letting people's words affect you, that you don't even want to trade places with them, stop doing that. Stop doing that. That's not going to get you where you want to go. If you're concerned because somebody said, oh my God, your posts are annoying, and guess what? They're broke as heck and they haven't ever done anything to help themselves. You're taking advice from the wrong people. You're taking advice from the wrong people. So really kind of look internally at what it is that's holding you back. And then start looking at what is it going to do? What is it going to take for you to move forward? What decisions are you going to have to do? One of my friends was talking about the Passion Planner. It's like a planner you can get out there. Actually, if you guys want to try it out, they're on sale for freaking $5 for the academic planners. Okay, which means that only goes through June or something. But $5 is so freaking cheap to get you half of a year. And so if you want to check it out. But anyways, the cool thing about the Passion Planner, I looked it up and they let me look at some of the pages. Number one is it has your to-do list, and it separates business and personal, but it also has a not to-do list. And I was literally dang, I need to do that. Like I need to write down things that I've told myself that I need to stop doing. Okay. I need to, one of them, this is just like a very light example, but like one of them is like, I need to stop snacking around when I'm on the phone. That sounds so dumb, but like I'll just be like eating and not realize like a whole bag of chips later, I'm done. And like that was like 2 hours before dinner. So that could be something I could write in there. Another one could be fear paralyzing you. Another one could be doubting yourself. Another one could be negative self-talk, like talking to yourself so negatively. So these are things that you can be intentional with. The other cool thing about the Passion Planner is it also has monthly reflections at the end of the month, and it says like on a scale of 1 to 10, like how do you rank your month, like why was it good, why was it bad, what are you grateful for, what are you not grateful, like what are things that you need to change in order to get it to a higher number the next month. So these are just cool things. And obviously the It Works Planner is great too. These are just additional ideas because I have the It Works Planner. It's the only thing that it's like it's kind of small to like write all my stuff, and I write really big, so it makes it hard because I write really big. But the cool thing about it is what I'm trying to tell you is just being intentional with your day. Okay. When you join this business, it didn't mean that you get to add extra hours to your day. You don't get to add extra hours just because you added another activity into your life. And so you're going to have to figure out how to do more with less. Right. And we're all here to help you because we've all been through that stuff, but we have to help, let's set those game plans up, for that. Okay, I'm trying to think. I wrote notes just so I wouldn't get totally lost. Okay. The other thing is that let's talk. I'm gonna start talking to you guys about What the Fit. I don't have all the updates yet, as far as like what's going on and all that, but what I do know is that they're still working on things. I think the Samsung thing is still like trying to get like they're trying to fix those kinks. But one thing that I've been doing that's been working really well for me is I've been putting people on a reservation list, and like saving their spot, telling them they can still spin and stuff, but, and download the app. But that is something that I've been like, has made them feel like special. And like, I would tell them like, oh my gosh, did you like, you can even put them in your own group chat. Maybe you can make your own page if you don't want to add them to the big corporate page, but just check in with them consistently and ask them, oh my gosh, did you try those donuts, or did you do the workout today, or how sore are you, in talking about it. Trista and Eli Marshall have been going live doing their workouts. Alyssa Haller has also been doing that, and it's freaking like so inspiring. I'm literally like, let me try this out one day workout just to make sure I'll still be breathing by the time I do it live. So that is something that you guys can incorporate into helping you guys get healthier as individuals. I am guilty of this as well, but let's all be honest. We work for a health and wellness company. Get your own results. If you aren't where you want to be in your life, get your own results. Use the products. You guys, your business explodes when you use your own results. Use them. Like, stop sitting on these products. If you can't expect other people to buy them if you're not even using them, you're not going to believe in them. Use the products, okay? I'm telling you, they work. Like, they freaking work. And so if you need to lose weight, if you need to grow your hair out, if you need to do that, just decide. And I'm talking to myself too, because like I've tried to take hair, skin, and nails for like 7 times probably. I've been like, I'm going to take hair, skin, and nails. I'm going to take hair, skin, and nails. And I freaking like always forget to do it. So now my hair is literally like falling out. So I have no choice because I think about it all the time. So I take my hair, skin, and nails now so that I'm going to have my own results. I'm going to keep rapping, but like my results got me more customers than anybody else's results ever did. Not because they were better, but because they were mine. And people know that that's my body and that I use the product. That's like 7 posts just with using the products, because A, you can post about when you're using them, about how you're excited to use them, about before you're using, after you're using them. So like you can incorporate, if you're struggling with what to post, start using the products. Talk about when you're using the products. Do a snap or a story on Facebook and a story on Instagram about using it. Ask people if they've ever tried it before. Ask people if they would be interested. One tip I will give you is Instagram stories have been helping me so freaking much, okay? They are literally life. I didn't know how to do it. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys because it's really not that hard. Oh, Instagram just updated. Okay. So, 200 rated products, probiotic and our vital pack. Probiotic goes, I can't even tell you guys how hard it goes. It literally goes so hard. If you don't know about a probiotic, I was so guilty of being ignorant because I thought probiotics were for old people. Okay. Literally, I thought only people who took probiotics were old people. But it turns out that the reason I thought that is because most old people are on a probiotic. And the reason they're on a probiotic is because they take so many antibiotics, you guys. And what antibiotics do is are really good if you have an infection because it kills all the bacteria in your system. But also, have you guys ever been sick? Like you get like a Z-Pack or something, and then you get better and you finish your Z-Pack, and then you just get sick right away again? Guess what? It's because that antibiotic killed all the good bacteria in your system as well. And so when you take a probiotic, you are restoring all the good bacteria. And so you can keep that infection away. Jessica Cage is on here, and I've preached to her because she's been sick for so freaking long. And I was literally like, Jessica, get your butt on a probiotic because this is what's happening. And that's literally, you guys, like if my kids are sick, I sprinkle probiotic. I open up the capsule and I'll sprinkle probiotic on their toast. Okay. And I'll like put it in their drink, or I'll put it in their greens or whatever, because even doctors will prescribe your kids a probiotic. Okay. If they're sick. So probiotics are amazing. Like just get to know our products. When we came out with the probiotic, I didn't know anything. So I watched videos. I educated myself on what a probiotic was, why people needed to take a probiotic. Take that into your own hands. There's so many resources out there at the tips of our fingers that would literally take you 5 minutes to fall in love with the stuff that we have. And so realizing that the number one, I did not know this. The number one reason of obesity is bad guts. It's bad gut health and not replenishing those good bacteria in your gut that help break down your food, keep you regular. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, April also is obsessed with the probiotic. I don't know if she wants to talk about it or if she's in a position to talk about it, but probiotics are where it's at.
I do just want to say real quick.
Yeah.
If you go to Google, sorry, I'm like eating. If you go to Google and just type in gut health or something about like gut health, basically it shows what the gut health is like. It's everything. Like you'll have to do it. So if you go to Google and you type the importance, I don't know what it is. I don't remember, but I'm drawing a blank. Sorry, guys. But like right here, gut health and diet, gut health symptoms, gut health and anxiety, gut health and acne, gut health and immune system, gut healthy foods, gut health and migraines, like gut health and depression. Like if you just type in that word or those words, it gives you a list of people who, you know, what it's linked to. And you'll get a huge list of like 10 signs you have an unhealthy gut and how to heal it. But it's because like, it's just the root. It's the root of all evil.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's totally fine, April. But I think that like, you know, even we have that signing loyal customers and distributors page. Okay. In that page, there are sample posts for each product. And a lot of those sample posts are very educational and important. Yeah. Emotional health is even in your guts. Like if you are like facing like moodiness or depression or bipolar, like all that stuff is coming from this like imbalances, like stemming that can stem from your gut. Anxiety. It's literally crazy. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. But I also feel so much less bloated when I'm on a probiotic. So I'm just telling you, there are so many different products that we have. Get your own results. Okay. Get your own results. Like, who cares even if you just lost 2 pounds on the cleanse, you guys? Freaking post it. Okay? Who cares if you don't, like, ask people, be like, post in the team page, can you see a difference? Because sometimes we're so hard on ourselves that we don't see a difference in ourselves. But ask people, because I'm sure other people will see it, okay? And even if you don't have something that's like a picture result, talk about how you feel when you're using the product, like a product like Relief, right? You might not be able to post a picture of like how like it looks different because it's a pain relief, but you're going to have like an emotional feeling. You're going to have some like physical relief that's not visible. And so that's super important too. I'm trying to think of like, I mean, you guys, literally it's insane what personal results can do from you. So get consistent, use one of the Fit 5, Fit 15, Fit 30 packs. They are amazing and they're meant for those days. So if you feel like you can only commit to 15 days, get the Fit 15 pack. It's under $100. Get it. Oh, I meant to tell you guys. Okay, here you go. This is the whole reason you hopped on the Zoom. Are you ready? The $100 shopping spree is still here. It's still here. You guys, I just got confirmation from Erin right before I hopped on this. And she said she talked to Aspen and they had a meeting today because somebody had posted it in like one of the leader page. And I was like, what? And yeah, she said, yeah, it's back. Still on. $100 shopping spree, 4 customers, 30 days. Let's go.
Somebody has to get on here and like scream, like you by yourself is not enough momentum. Okay, guys, this is freaking huge. Okay, huge. Not only do they get the Fit 5, but they are also going to get $100 on top of that after their first 4 loyal customers. Guys, that is amazing. That is so amazing.
You can literally buy the Fit 15 with that.
It's amazing.
Literally, our company's like literally giving away money for new distributors. And I don't know if anybody has enrolled a distributor, but they did send out an email. Hold on, let me find it real quick so I don't mess it up because I probably won't. Okay, it says, okay, so for new DTs, they have early bird pricing for conference tickets in their first 10 days. Okay, so they will get a code for $100 off their ticket for conference if they purchase it in the first 10 days. They'll also get those 5 wrap rewards still, 25% off all of the corporate events and that bag. They'll get everything when they purchase their ticket in the first 10 days of enrollment. Yeah. So make sure you're telling people that, because like I have a potential who lives in Florida who's only like 2 hours from Tampa. And I was literally like, dude, if she's like, I was already talking to her about conference and she hasn't even signed yet. Like, but I was telling her like, oh my gosh, you can come meet everybody. And like, oh my gosh, it'll be so fun. And blah, blah, blah. I was like, wait, height too. Probably scared her away, but it's fine. So I saw this and I was like, that is so awesome. So make sure that all of your DTs know that, that when they sign, they have 10 days, they get an email too, but they probably are like, what is this? I don't know what it's talking about. But that's an awesome thing that they are able to get purchased that in there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. My notes that I had to talk about.
So, question.
Yeah.
How would you explain conference to a brand new DT without scaring them away?
Well, I don't think you can scare them away from like the actual what conference is, but I think the price might scare them away, and that's why that is so awesome, is that they get that huge discount. But I mean, think about it. They're getting free product. They're getting, they get the extra product in their kit already. And we're going to show them how they can make that money back in their first, like that conference can pay for them itself, because they also get the 5 wrap rewards. And so that's how I'd explain that. But I would say, listen, girl, you're not even need to worry about that, because this is literally like the biggest hype session of your life. Like if you have missed out, like I know for me, and I always speak from personal experience because I think people just connect, because that's what this whole thing is just about connecting with people. This whole entire business is just about connecting with people. But when I talk to them, I just simply say, like, I know for me, like, I played a sport in college, or if you were a cheerleader, or if you were part of sorority or whatever, people want to be a part of something. And so when they can experience like the friendships and the fun right away, they're going to see the freedom. That's going to be a byproduct of coming. And so I would just simply explain it like, oh my gosh, girl, like literally it's something I look forward to. It's just getting together with a bunch of my friends, and it doesn't even feel like work. You're literally just getting hyped up in an arena, and it's not even like that much time. I mean, we only really go from like 10 to 5, but there's so much more to it outside of like what the conference actually is. I talk about the worship ceremony, but I just talk about like spending girl time, spending time with my friends. Yeah, come to this party. Exactly. Yeah, spending time with my friends, like get to hang out. We get to go, like, I'm kid free. It's literally like I'm back in college. Like, that's what I say to people. Because that's what it is. Like, it literally feels like that. It's just so fun. The momentum is crazy. The excitement is crazy, etc. So that's how I would explain it. Yeah, basically like Kirsten said, just come to this party. It's super cool. This is like a New Year's Eve party. That's how expensive it is to get in New Year's Eve anywhere anyways. Okay, any other questions? That's a good question though. Kristen, you have something to say, or are you just unmuted?
I did have something to say, but you may have already said it because I was eating some banana pudding. And I wasn't listening when I was eating it. But I'll say it, and if you've already said it, it's just real quick.
Oh, you're breaking up.
Again, but I think it's really important. One thing I learned when I came in is coming with the
Is she breaking up for everybody else?
Mentality instead of being salesy. Can y'all hear me? Because it says unstable.
No, you gotta wait.
Okay, so I literally tried to reach out to people.
I'm muting her for a second. She can reestablish herself. All right, hold on. I don't know what. Okay. I don't know what she was going to say. And also, if you haven't watched my video in the team page, it's titled 2018. Go watch it because it'll just give you like my vision for what I'm seeing for everybody in 2018. I don't want to like just, repeat it, but it's just super important that everybody is like, sees the same vision and is going where they want to go and being intentional with this year. Okay, Kristen, it looks like you're back stable, so just don't move around so much and it'll probably be all right.
Okay, so I just wanted to say that with a business, it really helps if you approach it as a health consultant. If you're approaching, like people ask me what I do, I tell them that I'm a health consultant. I mean, you don't have to say health consultant, but I say I'm a teacher, which establishes my credibility because everybody, believes teachers are credible, and most people believe that way. So I borrow what I know works for me, and that's saying I'm a teacher. People are just so sensitive, and oh my gosh, teachers don't make any money, which is so true. And that's one thing. And then they believe teachers are credible, which most of us are. I know some that are not, but most of us are credible. And I borrow from that. And then I talk about, and I also do health consulting on the side. So if you're a nurse or even, it doesn't matter what you are, borrow some credibility from yourself, because believe it or not, you've got something that you're credible with, even if it's borrowing from maybe a health situation back in, I was going through cancer. And so I've decided to do health consulting. Borrow. My family member went through cancer, and I've just picked up a real passion for consulting with people about their health and making sure people are healthy. Do that, and people are more likely to share with you their health goals. So approach the business as a health consultant, not as, hey, I'm selling this product, this is going to work for you, but more of, hey, I have the answer for your problem. That's it.
I love that. That is like so good, because I think I could definitely do a better job of I used to be a mortgage broker, whatever you want to say, whatever you used to do if you don't do it anymore. But if you are doing something share your experience about why you got involved in a very short snippet, of why health and wellness is important to you. And it could be a self reason, like, hey, I wanted to get healthier myself, and I figure, I was going to have my own personal results. Might as well do it for a company that's all natural and plant-based products. And so that's kind of how I do firearms. And that's I think definitely an awesome point to make. Does anybody else have any questions or things they want to say? This is like an open mic floor. I do have mute privileges in case you try to do too much. I'm just kidding. Anybody? Well, if nobody wants to, oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so back to when we were talking about posting about products. I just want to say that when you are posting about your products and you're working on getting your own results, don't lie to your potentials. Don't say that you used a product when you haven't used a product, or say that you love every single one of the products when, if you haven't tried them all, because people can definitely see that in sincerity, and then they'll know that you're not being sincere. And when I was talking with Tiffany Herr, and she said that her most responsive post she got like, I don't know, like 15 LCs from this post is when she posted about the exfoliating peel and how much she didn't like it. And she was being honest about her opinion about the products. And all these people were like, I really appreciate your honesty, but I kind of want to try it now. And she got like a ton of people to try the product. So when you are posting about products and when you're, coming across with the business, just make sure that you're always being honest and sincere, and you're leading from integrity, because that's what's really going to push your business forward, especially when you're talking about the products. Like, get knowledgeable on the products and what they actually do before you talk to people about them. So yeah, I just wanted to post that, or give that little snippet.
No, I love that. I think that's such an important point, because like when people ask me how the cleanse tastes, I'm like, on your first one, you might have to hold your nose. Like, I'll literally tell people that, because I don't want them to be like, this girl's taste buds are off and I'm not going to trust her on anything else she refers me to, because, it's fine. Like, I always tell people, I'm like, if you can take a shot of alcohol, you can take this. Okay. Like, you can take this because it's not about the taste. It's about the effect, right? Same thing with alcohol. You don't like the taste of tequila, but you drink it anyways because you like the effect. And so I literally use that example. But I think like you have to be honest about that. And so that's an awesome point. Oh yeah. Sorry. I forgot to finish talking about the Instagram story. Okay. So what I do for Instagram stories, the first tip I will give you is go watch Alyssa Bilyeu's most recent Instagram training. It's literally life. Literally squirrel. Somebody told me I look like a squirrel too. I was like, thanks. I've been called chipmunk cheeks my whole life.
Oh, that's awful. Who would say that to someone? You look like a squirrel.
I've been told a lot of things. Okay. So, but what I would do is, so when her training is amazing. Like, she goes over everything on how to do stories, from what to say in your story to like all that, like apps that will help you plan out your posts. If you are struggling with Instagram, that is where I would send you to start, because that will really help you. Taylor Flanders also has an amazing training on an app called Captivate, that has really helped me with following and unfollowing people, and just to find people that I feel like are going to be interested, and not just kind of being really random with who I need to follow and who I need to unfollow. The other thing, so what I do is, so when you go to your Instagram story or your Instagram, you're going to go here, like it's going to be your home page, right? Where your feed is, and you'll click this. So you'll go to your story. You'll just add to your story. If I can do this from this, hold on. So this is what it looks like. This is obviously, so if I take this picture, this is the picture. Okay. And then I scroll up, this is what pops up. And so if it doesn't pop up on yours, it's probably because you need to update it. Let me see if I can get it without the glare. There we go. And you can see right, like there, it says like poll. And if I can, so I click poll, and this will pop up, and you can ask whatever question you want to. And it defaults to yes or no, but you can actually type in there and make it whatever response you want it to be. What I would suggest is don't make it yes or no, make it a yes or I just need more info. Okay. You don't care about the people who don't want it. we're not going to do anything with that. So just, if they want it, cool, let's talk about it. If they want more info, cool, let's talk about it. Don't even make an option for no. Just make it, yes, that's me. Yeah, girl. Make it super fun, casual, like whatever you want to, but don't put an option for no. I did that the first time I ever did a poll, and I was like, what? It was horrible. So don't do no. I mean, I had plenty of people that said yes. And it's so crazy because there's so many people that don't see your post, but they'll see your story. Okay. And so don't take that for granted. Even if you want to post the same picture and just post a question on it, do that. It's worth it to do it. The other thing that, if you don't have the poll, you need to update Instagram. So when you are doing, the stories, everything is in Snapchat size, okay, or iPhone wallpaper size. So if you take a Snapchat picture, everything's going to go in it. I was like turned away from doing the stories on Instagram at first because I could never get my photo to fit to do the story, and I was like, what the heck? So there's multiple things. Alyssa goes over all of that in her training, so make sure you go over all that or watch that training. But you can go on Pinterest, type in iPhone wallpaper to get a background, and then do PixArt and do a picture on a picture, however you want to do it. But the main thing is if you do it on Snapchat, that's where I do most of it, then you can just save the picture and use that one for your story. So that's.
If you just touch the picture, so it has like the black on the top and bottom, you can just screenshot it and it fits into your Instagram just like that.
Wait, what?
If you go to your pictures.
Yeah.
And then just like touch a picture so it doesn't have like the scroll or whatever, like whatever number the picture is. So if you go to like a picture, so like this one, if I just touch it and then screenshot it, that will fit into my Instagram just like that.
Oh.
So then I can go to Instagram and then it will fit just like that.
Oh, does it? So can you write in the black spot?
Yeah.
Cool. That's a good tip. Good tip. I've always tried to stay away from screenshotting simply because I've always felt on Facebook the screenshots are less picture quality, and so like Facebook picks that up, and so the less picture quality. But for Instagram story, they don't pick that up. So that's definitely a good tip to use. Okay. Does anybody else have questions? So hopefully that cleared up the Instagram story. Yeah, go ahead.
Question.
Yeah.
So Amari is driving, so she can't get on, but she is curious as to what you're packing for conference.
I normally pack just like It Works clothes. So I'll wear like an It Works shirt with like leggings or jeans or like fun leggings. I mean, you really buy most of the time the store is open, and so I buy like a lot of crap, so I try not to pack too much because like I end up buying like half the store and coming back with it. And I do like a lot of like cardigans, blazers, whatever you want to call them, just something that will go over like shoulders, because it's going to be warm probably, but in the building it can get cold, so you want to just have something like that to cover up with comfortable shoes, like not heels. I mean, you might want to pack one if you want to go out or something like that, but not for actual conference. And then they have an itinerary typically on the event site, and I'm very last minute, so I don't look at that ahead of time. But if you aren't last minute and you're a planner, I think I can find I think somebody posted an old packing list last year, so I'll find it and I can post that on the team page. Yeah, I can definitely do that, because it's really, I mean, you see people that are in like sweatpants, but then you also see people who are like dressed to the nines with like all the chunky jewelry on and like all the cool earrings and all that stuff. I mean, but most everybody have black, green, and bling on. So good question though. Good question. I'm a horrible packer too, Kristen, by the way. It's horrible. Like just throwing crap in my bag. And I have like 5 outfits and none of them I really even want to wear. It's a struggle. Sequin pants. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Anybody else? This was so fun. I'm so happy I got to see all of your faces. I am so pumped for this year and what it's to bring, because I know that, you know, we're about to do this. We're about to change the game, y'all. We about to take things to the top. Just take bottoms to store as your tops. Exactly. Pretty much. I love you guys so much. I will be posting just some more, obviously more informational stuff in the team pages. So make sure you have your notifications turned on. Don't feel like you have to read everything the second it comes out. But what I do is I schedule like a time, like a couple times a day to, prices are typically the same. But you don't have to pay shipping. And so, I still schedule time to go review stuff on the team pages to make sure I didn't miss anything important. So don't feel like the moment you get the notification, you have to do it. I would just schedule that time to kind of go back and review if it's overwhelming to you. So love you guys. See you soon. Thanks for hopping on.